Hello everyone, photographer Andredesignz here with a new retouch video. Alright, so today's going to be a little bit different. I'll be editing a couple's photograph. Alright, so this photograph here you're seeing, as you can see on the screen, it was taken with the 85mm lens at f1.8 right here. ISO was at 100. And I was shooting at the shutter speed of 250. I'm not going to edit this image. I'm just going to try to find an image that I would like to edit and just start editing it. This is a nice one, but it was about 10 in the morning. No, I don't think it was 10. Maybe it was about, let me see if I can find the time. I don't think I can. I don't remember how to find the time, but let me just use I on the keyboard and see if it gives me the time. Okay, so it was about 9 a.m. in the morning, 9:28 actually. So I'm pressing I on the keyboard and it gives me the time and date. Alright, so I'm just going to try to find a nice image to edit. One that I can upload to my Instagram once it's edited. I like this one. Actually, I am going to go back to one of these images here. Nah. Man, I don't know which image to select. I'm gonna go back down to, oh boy. These images are so nice, I don't know which one to select. I'm going to use this one maybe? No, this one. Nah. Man, it's so hard. I might just use this one. Alright, so I'm going to edit this one then. Alright, so I'm in Lightroom now, as you know. So I'm going to press Ctrl E to bring it over to Photoshop. Oh, guess what? Photoshop is not even open, so it might take a little while to go over there. Right, it's loading. It's loading. Alright, good. So it's up. Finally, let's see if the image is going to be loaded as well, or it's... I guess I have to do it again. Ctrl E. And it's loaded. Perfect. So this is the image that I have shot at that time in the morning. And normally I don't shoot so late in the morning. It would be a little bit earlier than 9 o'clock because I don't like when the sun is too hot. But because we have a lot of trees, I mean, it was perfect. So I am going to start by applying the action over here. Remember, you can download the action using the description, using the link in the description below. And you can just come to Windows and go to Actions to pull up this action panel. Alright, so I'm going to first apply the high frequency layer 16-bit, and I'm going to put it at 6 because I found out that 6 actually works not better, but actually better. Alright, so I'm just going to zoom up in the model's face, and I'm going to start with the mixer brush. Always ensure that your mixer brush is cleared. Once it shows this white check box right there, this box right here, it means that it's cleared. Alright, so yeah, always clear it. Use your wetness at 2% all the time, and then we're just going to get the brush a little bit smaller by using the bracket key on the keyboard. Alright, so I'm just going to mix the white, the light area here, the dark area here. Alright, just blending out the skin a little bit. Honestly, I don't really think I really need to do any blending on her face because her face is really clean. She actually did her own makeup. She did a great job actually. It looks like a professional actually did this, but nope. She did her own makeup. Alright, so she has a mole right here, or a what, I believe it is, but I am going to remove it. Alright, that looks good. Let's look at the before and after. But trust me, if the model's face is clean, sometimes you don't really need to make any adjustment to it, but I just want to even out her skin a little bit. So look, before and after, so it looks good. So what I did actually made sense. So let me just do right here as well. Alright, good. So it looks good so far. I'm just going down to her arm, to her shoulder, and I'm just gonna mix. Good. I'm gonna go over to the guy now. I'm gonna do the same thing. Just gonna mix, just blending out his face as well. Let's look at the before and after for everything. So let's look at his face. See that? All smooth, and it doesn't look fake. You can still see the texture in the skin. Still looks real. All right. So the next step now is to go to the high frequency layer. And then I'm going to go over to the clone stamp tool. You can press S on your keyboard for the clone stamp as well. And I'm just going to remove all the pimples from her skin, any blemishes. I don't have a lot, so that's good. Alright, good. So right here we had the light coming through the leaves. So I'm just going to remove that a little bit. Alright, so let me go down to our shoulder and see if I need to remove anything from there. I'm going back to the clone stamp tool by pressing S on the keyboard, and then I'm going back to the high frequency layer. Alright, that's good. Come down here a little bit and remove these. Alright, so that's good. There's nothing else I think I need to do to her face. It looks good. Alright. Let me go over to his face now and see if there's anything to remove. Not a lot, just a few little thing right here, you know, right there and there, here and there. Alright, that's that. Just get rid of that ear bump right there. Maybe some of these loose here, you know, get rid of them. Alright, that's it. There's nothing else for me to do right there now. Good. So the next step is going to be dodge and burn. So I'm going to go up to my dodge and burn right here. And then I am going to start with my burn layer. Let me pull this out a little bit more. You can see it says burn. And the burn is basically for the dark areas. Alright. So get my brush. Ensure that it's a rounded brush. So you come here and you select a soft brush. Right. And then my what's this, flow is going to be at 1%, and then I'm just going to come right here in the nose bridge and just do that. We want it to be subtle. You don't want it to be too, hey, nothing happened. Alright, I'm going to press S on my keyboard so the foreground can change, so X on the keyboard, and then I'm going to paint. Good. So it's working now. So let's look at it before and after. Good. Alright, that's good enough. No need to do anything more right there. So it's right here. And maybe right here. And right here. And then, yeah, that's it. I don't think I need to do anything else. Let's look at the before and after. Before and after. Good. That's it. We're going to go to the I'm going to go to the dodge tool now. and then I'm going to do the highlighted areas. So right here in the nose should be highlighted. Right under the eye should be highlighted as well. Right here as well. Right here. Right here. Right there. On the shoulder, I'm just going to highlight right here. Alright, let's look at it before and the after. So that's it. There's nothing else I need to do there. I wonder though if I should just soften this shadow from the nose, because my light was actually there. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you guys. I was actually shooting with strobe. I was shooting with the Explorer 600. I was shooting with that because what happened, because the sun was coming out too much, I didn't want to shoot and have a lot of problems with the backlight. So I actually, you know, brought my flash with me and said, hey, I'm going to use this on the shoot, and it's easy actually. So yeah, so I was using the light. I wasn't diffusing the light any at all. It was just the diffuser that came with the light, and it was to their right. Yeah, over that side. You can see the light in the model's eye. All right. So I'm gonna see if I can just decrease the shadow from the nose. Let's go back to the eye frequency layer here, and then I'm gonna get the lasso tool. I'm gonna make a selection over it. Right here, and then you know what, I'm gonna go on the patch tool. So I'm gonna press P on the keyboard for the patch tool. Oh, not sure what's happening. J for the patch tool. J. Yeah, J. And then I'm just going to just move it over a little bit. Then I'm going to go back down to the low frequency layer and do the same thing again. So that did not do a good job. That's totally fine. So I'm going to undo everything. Then I'm going to get my clone stamp tool. Then I'm going to go to the high frequency layer. And then I'm just going to sample from right here and just paint. Sample and paint. Sample and paint. Alright, it doesn't look that bad. Let's look at it before and after. Didn't really do anything. Alright, so with that, I'm just gonna go over, but I'm gonna go back to the dodge layer, get my brush at 1%, and I'm just going to dodge it out a little bit so I can blend it in. Add some more under the eye. Zoom out a little bit and see what it looks like. Yeah, so it's not so prominent as how it was before. Let's look at the before and after. And that can work. Sometimes you do not necessarily have to be spot on, yeah? Most time people will not notice stuff like these, and I didn't necessarily have to remove it, but well, I didn't even remove it, I just faded it a little bit. So yeah, and if you want to go further, what you could do is to go down to the tone, the coloring tone layer, and then get your brush at 1% again, and then just paint. And you could just get more out of it. But right now it looks a little bit fake. So let me just undo it a little bit. Hold on. Let me just undo a little bit back here. And then we're going to try to do it a little bit more realistic. So go back to this brush. And then we're just going to take our time and just paint. No rush. Just take your time and paint. So you're going to sample the bottom, the top, and just paint. Alright, so the idea is not to get rid of everything, it's just to just fade it out a little bit. And now it's faded, so this looks good. And then you can go further and actually remove it if you want to. But I'm not going to remove it. I'm going to let it stay exactly how it is. I'm gonna make a little bit more adjustment to it though. I'm just going to get my patch tool and just adjust it a little bit more so it's faded a little bit more. Good. Right here, I'm gonna come up. I mean, there are many different ways you could actually do this, and you might know a different way. But sometimes I may go the longest route to get my thing done. I mean, it's just what I'm used to, basically. But anything that works for you, you do what works for you. Alright, so it's more faded. Good, so that's it. There's nothing else I need to do with that now. I'm done. Alright, so the next step now is to clean the model's eyes. So I'm going to go up to here. Where is it? Right here. It says clean teeth and eyes. So I'm going to get my brush again. This time I'm going to put it at 23%. And then I'm just going to paint the eyes. I want it to look as natural as possible, so I may have to lower the opacity a little bit after this. So I'm going to just do the teeth as well. Alright, good. So let me just lower it to about 54%. That's good. Before and after. 54% is perfect, I believe. Let's bring it down to 50% and see what that looks like. 50% is fine. Good. Alright, so the next step now is to some people might remove the bun from the client's hand. I don't really. I would rather they take it off, but most times they cannot take it off because you'd have to pay to get a new one. So, and sometimes I just don't even want to take it off because I want them to remember that, hey, you came to Jamaica and you went to a particular hotel and you can, the band is there to show. So not all the time you need to remove it. Maybe if it was a wedding, then they could remove it, maybe. But alright, so the next step now is to Control Shift Alt E to create a new layer, then Control J to duplicate the new layer, then Control Shift A for Camera Raw. Right? Camera Raw is where I go to make my colors pop and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm going to do, and the first thing I always do, is to click on Auto to see what Auto looks like, and Auto looks awesome. Alright, so I'm just going to tone it down a little bit. So I'm going to get my blacks down. The exposure, I'm going to bring it down a little bit as well. It's right there. Good. For the shadows, going to bring the shadows down a little bit. Good. And then dehaze, I'm going to play with the dehaze a little bit. Dehaze is a wonderful tool, guys. You should use it with your photos. It's really awesome. Alright. And then I am going to play with the colors in the background. I always like doing that because I want to have this signature look. So I'm going to go with the greens. I'm going to turn the greens up so I can get a earth tone type of look. And then I'm going to bring the yellows up a little bit more. And that looks good. Let's look at the before and after for this. Oh, wait. Alright, so that's the before and after, as you can see. Alright, or I can just do this. Before. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. Anyway, I'm just gonna go back to the original. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the. Oh, okay, so it's this right here. All right, so this is the before and after toggle. Good, perfect. So you see, the colors pop a little bit more. The dehaze is actually what pops the color. So yeah, you can consider using that. All right, so I'm done with this section here. Good. All right, so if you notice, the models, the client clothes doesn't look white as how it used to be, because I think I like this white more. Actually, no. I like this white more. It matches everything. All right, that looks good. All right, so that's basically it for that portion. I'm just going to go down to the adjustment layer right here and then go to color balance, because I always do my color balance. Then I'm going to go to shadows and then press 5 on my keyboard, and that's it. that is it. What I could do though, I'm gonna play around with the color lookup tool a little bit. This one looks good. So what I could do, I could just lower the opacity. Let me see, before and after. Oh, that looks good. Oh, so what it does actually, it pops, so the shadowed area, the shaded area, it actually gives it, it's now visible. I see. So it kind of, yeah, it's good. All right, so I'm gonna use it. I think I'm gonna use it. Good. All right, so that's basically it for this image. There's nothing else I need to do. All I need to do now is to save this image to my computer. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do, I'm going to Control Shift E and just merge everything and then save. And then that was Control S to save. And then over in what's this, Lightroom, it's going to save everything. So that's the before, that's the after. That's the before, that's the after. That's the before, that's the after. That's the before. Alright, so you get the idea. So now that I'm through, I'm just going to save this to, well, yeah, I'm done. I'm just going to save it to my computer now. Save it to a folder. I'm going to save it to the highest resolution there because I want to print this image. Maybe like a canvas or something like that. So if I have the biggest file, I can print it as large as possible. The pixel on this is pretty good, so yeah, it works. All right, guys. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Next week, Friday again. And if you learn anything new from this video, I'm happy that you learned something new. And more videos coming soon. I keep promise behind the scene videos, but honestly, it's hard. It's really hard to do behind the scene and come and edit them. But I promise, and I'm just going to flood the page with behind the scene video pretty soon. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for all the messages that you've been sending me on Instagram and emails and stuff like that, guys. You are the reason I'm doing these videos, and I really appreciate, the feedback. All right, so thank you guys again for watching and supporting, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye bye.